Brought to you by Agilus Diagnostics.
हेल्थ टेस्ट की बात आती है तो मैं भरोसा करता हूँ इंडियाज लार्जेस्ट डायग्नोस्टिक्स कंपनी एजिलिस डायग्नोस्टिक्स। खुद को टेस्ट करते रहो।
वर्क हार्ड प्ले हार्ड, ये लाइफ मंत्र तो हम सब ने ही सुना है, राइट? पर लेट्स बी रियल, ट्रैवलिंग द वर्ल्ड, टेकिंग ऑफ दोज बकेट लिस्ट गोल्स, सब कुछ तभी पॉसिबल है व्हेन वी आर वर्किंग हार्ड बाय स्पेंडिंग आवर्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ लैपटॉप्स, हैंडलिंग प्रेशर, juggling deadlines. But the real question is, how much is too much? And welcome to another episode of What the Health. Well, the ideal balance between work and life has always been a topic of much discussion this year after Infosys co-founder Narayana Murthy made headlines by suggesting that young Indians should commit to working 70 hours a week. Some agree with him, but others think it's a bit too much. So what's the real deal here? Can we really work 70 hours a week? और क्या ये हमारी हेल्थ के लिए सही है? Well, Narayana Murthy's suggestion to work 70 hours a week has sparked a lot of debate. According to him, India's growth depends on hard work, and for that, young professionals need to push themselves. In his view, India's workforce needs to be more competitive on the global stage, and that requires giving up leisure time. He's a firm believer in the idea of working longer hours to succeed. In fact, he often shares how in his own career he would work up to 14 hours a day, 6.5 days a week, emphasizing the need for consistent effort and long working hours. But recently, not everyone agrees with him. Congress MP Karti Chidambaram strongly opposed Narayana Murthy's proposal. He believes that working 70 hours a week is not the answer and suggests that instead young people should focus on working efficiently. According to him, the idea of working long hours is outdated, and instead of just clocking in hours, we should look at how effective those hours are. Karti Chidambaram has even gone on record to propose a 4-day work week where employees work from Monday to Friday, but with the focus on improving efficiency during those days instead of simply increasing the number of hours worked. So, ये 70-hour work week really necessary है for growth and productivity? Well, let's take a look at the pros and cons of working long hours and why this debate is so important. On one side, if you look at Narayana Murthy's perspective, highlights the importance of productivity by committing to longer hours. He believes that more work gets done, which could potentially lead to higher outputs. This might sound appealing, especially for those in high-pressure industries or startups where every hour counts. But the idea of more hours is equal to more work could lead to rapid growth, career achievements, and even recognition within a company. After all, if you work more, you are bound to get noticed. But here's the catch. Long working hours can come at a significant cost to physical and mental health. Studies have shown that working for extended periods without adequate rest can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and a higher risk of developing health issues like heart disease, diabetes, and even depression. In fact, WHO reports that long working hours contributes to an increased risk of stroke and heart disease. जब आपका body और mind consistent stress में होता है, your immune system weakens, making you more vulnerable to illness. Long hours at work also interfere with sleep. Well, हम सब जानते हैं कि proper sleep is essential for overall health and productivity. But when work keeps piling up, sleep often gets sacrificed. The lack of sleep can result in mental fog, decreased concentration, and emotional instability. Mental health in particular takes a huge hit when a person is consistently working under pressure without adequate recovery time. Another major concern is physical health. Working long hours in front of a screen can lead to eye strain, headaches, back pain, and even issues like carpal tunnel syndrome. These physical ailments can affect a person's quality of life, making them feel drained and unproductive despite working long hours. To counter the negatives of long working hours, Congress MP Karti Chidambaram approach to a 4-day work week makes a lot of sense. By working fewer days but focusing on productivity, employees could be more energized, more engaged, and able to balance their personal lives. A shorter work week could result in happier employees who are more motivated, leading to higher quality work. Moreover, the added benefits of improved mental health, more time for personal activities, and the opportunity for social connections can ultimately lead to better outcomes both in work and life. But let's be clear, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The reality is the effectiveness of long work hours really depends on type of work and individual preferences. For those in creative or tech-driven fields, working long hours might help them meet tight deadlines or innovate at a rapid pace. For others, though, it may lead to burnout, especially in jobs that don't offer much autonomy or satisfaction. In fact, research shows that productivity per hour declines after a certain number of working hours. While the idea of a 70-hour work week might sound productive in theory, many people find that working longer actually makes them less effective. After a certain point, fatigue sets in and concentration drops. Burnout becomes inevitable. But let's take a step back and think about the bigger picture. It's not just about how many hours you work, but how effectively you manage your time and energy. And ultimately, it's about finding the right balance. Working hard, yes, but not at the expense of your own health, relationships, or well-being. So what can we conclude from all this? While Narayana Murthy's push for a 70-hour work week may seem like an effective way to contribute to India's growth, but we must also consider the importance of personal health and well-being. Long working hours are not the only path to success. A more balanced approach focusing on both productivity and quality of life might be the key to sustainable success. In the end, it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. Well, that's all for today. Keep watching What the Health on FitTalk.